jellyfishes, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be introducing you to our new rat babies, and we're going to be going on a little adventure with the vlog of us picking them up and settling them into their new home, as well as a vlog showing you how we got on with introducing them to our older boys. We'll be using the carrier method, but this is more of a brief vlog as we did our intros in the middle of moving, so I didn't quite film as much as I normally would. So I'll leave a link to some of my previous rat intro diaries in the description, as well as some resources for the carrier introduction method if you want to learn more about that. But for now, let's get on with this exciting vlog and let's meet the new rat babies! So we are just about to set out on our adventure to pick up the new baby rattos. They're about an hour's drive away from our house, so we have our little rat carrier in the back there, and Stuart's just in the supermarket at the moment picking up a little pot of melon or some form of fruit that we can use as a water source for them on the journey back. And yeah, I'm really excited to pick them up and see them and get them all settled into their new home, and in the not too distant future we'll be doing intros with our current lads. And yeah, I'm super excited. I really love picking up new babies, it's so much fun. Yes. Mate, you've already got a bit.
He wishes to have more.
They're so cute. So I am really excited to introduce you to the newest members of the Fluffy Jellyfish family. Please welcome Draconis, Norbert and Tiamat. Draconis and Norbert are brothers, and we adopted them from Lestrange Rattery, and Tiamat came to us from Orchard Rats but via Lestrange Rattery. We contacted Lestrange Rattery with the plan of getting 2 boys from her, and shortly after all was confirmed she asked if we wanted to take on another slightly older buck from Orchard Rats, who were downsizing at the time. All 3 boys were so beautiful, and Lestrange Rattery would be handling the initial introductions between the 3, so we decided to say yes. Draconis and Norbert are the 2 younger brothers. Draconis is the black boy and Norbert is the mink or the grey one, and they were born on the 8th of August, so they were just over 8 weeks old when we picked them up. Tiamat is the older and slightly larger black rat, and his birthday is the 22nd of May, so he was 4 months old when we got him. Oh, delicious. It's good that he's happy to just eat on you straight away. Does that mean you would like a bit too?
Yes.
Oh yes. He wants to go back into the cage with his bit. We decided to give them some leftover prawn crackers on their first free roam with us, because what doesn't say welcome to the family like some Chinese food? I have a new friend. We could tell straight away that Lestrange Rattery and Orchard Rats did such a good job of raising them because they were really friendly straight away and so curious about their new environment. Tiamat seemed a little more nervous at first, but after a few days of settling in he really found his attitude and was soon putting the young boys in their place. Draconis is the most adventurous of the trio and the most brave, and with his brother Norbert is always close behind him. Norbert can be a little bit skittish at times, but I think a lot of that is down to him just being super speedy. He is so fast. But when he does grace us with his presence, he's really personable and such a cheeky wee man.
Sniff, sniff, sniff.
Oh.
You seem to not like that very much.
Do your hand as well?
No, in the camera.
Oh. How do you sneeze? If you're a returning subscriber to this channel, you'll know that we've lost a few of our older boys lately. And the current mischief we have are all over 2 years old, so they're all very much little old men. Getting new babies now is good timing to help us plan for the future of the mischief. I'm also hoping that adding some young bucks into the cage will help give a little more life to the older boys. The new boys settled in really quickly, and they were happy with us from day one. We did still want to give them a decent amount of time to settle in, so decided to wait until we'd moved house to start the introductions. The spare cage that we were housing them in is a little bit boring, but we were making sure to give them regular free roam sessions, and they had a lot of interaction with us. Plus it was only a few more weeks for them to wait, and it gave us a really good opportunity to bond with them before starting the intros. We started off the intros on literally the day that we moved into our new house. We decided that it would be a good opportunity to move them in the first carrier from one house to the next, as the slightly stressful situation of being in the car together would bond them a bit quicker, and the drive was only 10 minutes down the road, so this first interaction would be over and done with quickly, without them having too much time to bicker. The night before, we placed the two cages next to each other so they could sniff each other out and become aware that the two groups existed, and then in the morning we popped both groups into the first small carrier. Once on the other end, we left them to it while we brought in all the pet stuff from the van. There were a few small jostling squeaks, but all seemed to be going perfectly so far, and they were all happily sniffing away at each other. After a few hours in the carrier, we moved them onto our small hamster cage with a few toys and some food to keep them entertained. I may have slightly disturbed the cuddle pile with the promise of breakfast, but they were all cuddling up nicely, and it's really nice to see them all hanging out together. So this is them in the next stage. This is the small hamster cage, and I'm just up here to feed them this morning. So I thought you'd like to see me give them some breakfast, and I'm gonna scatter it for them. Oh, sorry. So that'll give them something to do for a little bit today, and then we're gonna move them into the slightly bigger rat cage, well, the small rat cage this afternoon, and we're hopefully gonna put some hammocks in, some of the flat hammocks, so they have a little bit more to do and they have a little bit more to cuddle up to. Because they're doing really well, and I'm really pleased with how they're getting on. You're all getting on so well, I'm proud. I know you just want out. Soon the large cage, the new cage that we've got, is going to arrive, and we'll hopefully be able to get them in really soon because they are doing so well, and I'm a proud rat mum. They're doing really well. So I have just moved the rat babies from this small hamster cage to this small rat cage, and they are happily exploring, and we've given them a flat hammock and an IKEA tie rack fall breaker. So they're currently munching on the little heart biscuits that I scattered in the base and exploring their new surroundings. So hopefully they'll do better, or they'll do well in this bigger cage, and it gives them a little bit more to explore. Oh, oh no! We're currently a little bit worried about Haku. He is our oldest rat boy, the last remaining of our original 4, and he seems to be slowing down quite a lot in his old age. We've noticed him slowing down just sort of gradually over the past month or so. He had an abscess recently on his face, but that healed up really well and he recovered really well. But yeah, these last few days he has slowed down quite a lot, and we think that this might be our last few days with him, which is really sad, but I am glad that he's made it to the new house and he gets to enjoy the company of the new babies, and they're all getting on really well. So we're just going to try and spend as much time with him as possible. They stayed in there for a couple of days, but seemed to be pretty well bonded together, so we upgraded them to the bottom half of their new cage, with some fall breakers and ropes and a couple of flat hammocks to keep them entertained and comfy. The way the new cage is laid out meant that they could only use the bottom half, which was great for us being able to separate them into the slightly smaller area to start with. But they bonded quickly, and we were able to build up the rest of the cage pretty quickly after that. It was an interesting challenge trying to build up the inside of the cage to be accommodating for both the older boys who are less mobile and still trying to maintain a good active layout for the young boys, as well as trying to make use of the new space in this new cage. But that's a story for another video, so you'll just have to subscribe to check out how I got on with building the new cage and some of the trials and tests of making it work, and how the new boys are settling into their new home, as well as an exciting pet room tour coming soon. If you watched my recent video for all my goals for 2021, you'll know about all the exciting things that are coming up this year. So do hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of my animal ventures and more of how the rat boys are getting on in their new home. But for me and the new rat boys, that's all from us for today, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye!